Hello, my legion. Thought I'd do something about like failed fast food products and stuff like that. You know, a lot of times on YouTube you can catch the commercials for some of these. I put some of them on my playlist, JCTV. And the first one, well, I got my pen light here. Trust the pen light. You know, I got my VA pen. Here, VA Medical Center, right there. Well, anyways, I remember back in the 80s, you know, because I went in the Army in 87, and they had a product called McDLT. And I got commercials there. Jason Alexander, who played Kramer on there, did where he's singing and dancing. And then I liked the one from 88 better. But basically, it came in like this weird tray, because that's back when they used to have styrofoam containers. And it was like this, and it had like two compartments. One was the hot side, which was part of half of a quarter pound, would be like the bun, and then the burger. On the other side was the cool side, would be the bun, and it'd be like the lettuce and tomato and mayonnaise. The thing is, when you take that off, you put the hot side stays hot, cool side stays cool, and you merge it together and then you eat it. I love that sandwich, and it lasts for a couple of years. On the very first commercial, with Jason, it says $1.95, which wasn't too bad for the 80s, you know. And I remember getting that, and then I remember after leaving AIT, you know, I remember going to the local McDonald's in Erie, when I was in Erie, and ordering that sandwich. And I remember eating it while I was in the Army, as soon as we were allowed to eat fast food, because we were on restriction for a long time, you know. You weren't allowed, it was all contraband. Well, let's see what else is going on. But I like the 88 commercial where it had like they simulate that one side being the oven, they simulate the other being a refrigerator. I like that one better, but they're on JCTV. Some other stuff is, I might as well go back to McDonald's. I remember they used to have the All-American meal, and it was kind of like, I think it was more for grown-ups. It was like a take of the Happy Meal, but without the fries. It was hamburger, small fries, and a small drink. It was $1.99. They had it for a while, and then they got rid of it, of course. They had the Arch Deluxe. I never liked the Arch Deluxe. Heck with that one. They had the Big and Tasty, which I was a big fan of for a while, and then they, my dad liked it too. And then they changed it, and they shortened it, and they made it small because they said people complained saying it was too big. And I don't know. And they shortened it, and they made it small, and then pretty soon they got rid of it. And then they had the Angus burgers for a while. I thought the Angus burgers did really well. I talked to a lady at, I had one of the very last Angus burgers before they got rid of it and started the new quarter pounders. And I talked to a lady who worked there, and she was saying that corporate was saying that they weren't selling well, but she said they always sold well there. You know, I love their Angus burgers. I usually had the bacon one with no cheese. You know, I thought it was really good. Like I had one of the very last ones they had there, and then that's before they switched to the quarter pounder. Where I love the bacon habanero ranch quarter pounder, something like that. It's awesome, and you know that because I've reviewed it. I actually did it twice, and you know, so those quarter pounds are really good. Now going back to, I go back to Wendy's. Back in the time I was in the Army, they had something called jams there. And this was a pair of shorts you could buy for like $3. I think my mother bought me one, sent it to me when I was in AIT, and it was like all different colors. And like the drill sergeant, when I was in my civilian, drill sergeant said, "What's that thing?" And I was like a pair of, and he says jams, and he said, "Well, they look kind of stupid." Yeah, I mean, he was a real jerk about it, but I mean, they were just a bunch of different colors and stuff like that. I wore them sometimes when I was in my civilian clothes in AIT. Yeah, I was in Fort Gordon, Georgia. I remember they had those. They had those for a year or so, and they got rid of those, of course. It wasn't a food product, but it was something that I remember. I don't know if anyone else remembers this. I took some notes to make sure I remember everything. And going to Burger King, I remember in Germany there was a Burger King right within walking distance of my my barracks. If you remember my one drinking stories, I had a drinking story that relates to that Burger King, which is pretty cool. You check that video out. They had chicken tenders. I keep wanting to say, I'm not saying chicken nuggets. They say chicken tenders on theirs, and they had different dipping sauces. They have pretty much what they have now. But back then in Germany, they used to have a horseradish dipping sauce. And I love that thing. I think I was the only one there that liked it. When I said, there's so many whiners. When I was in the army, there's so many whiners and cynical people. I couldn't believe it, you know. Wait a second. It's about nighttime. I like to wear my sunglasses at night. Very hard. Well, anyways, you know, they had a creamy horseradish dipping sauce. I really liked it. And then they got rid of it. And I asked them why, and they said it was too much of a pain because they had to refrigerate that and they didn't have to refrigerate the other ones. But of course, I liked it and they got rid of it. They had some interesting, they had another interesting burger there called the Bullseye Barbecue Burger. And there's commercials for that. I didn't load any on my playlist yet, but there's some cool ones. That's what introduced me to Bullseye Barbecue sauce, actually. And it was in a long roll, like long bun like you see in on the chicken sandwich. And it was 2 burgers with cheese on top. I usually get without cheese, bacon, and then had the Bullseye Barbecue sauce on top. They were really good. I liked them. And they were around for a little while. That like I said, I really like those. That's what introduced me to the Bullseye Barbecue sauce. I still think Bullseye Barbecue sauce is probably the best barbecue sauce out there, except Jim Beam is real close because it tastes real similar to it. And there's some other good ones too, like Sweet Baby Ray's and stuff like that. But I like Bullseye. Some people like KC Masterpiece, but I like Bullseye better. What else is there? There's the Rodeo. Well, there's the Burger Buddies. I never got these things. They're 2 little burgers joined like this. And you're supposed to break them apart. And I remember Vander Holyfield was doing that, saying, "Would you pop Buddy in the mouth?" And he said, "You bet I would." And there's 2 little burger things. You eat them like it's like little mini burger. I never really got into it. I think it's kind of a rip-off where they were only like $2-3 for it. I never tried those, and they got rid of those after a year or so. And they actually had a sausage biscuit buddies thing, I think, for breakfast. I think. I'm not sure. And then they had the Rodeo Burger. The Rodeo Burger was somewhat of a take on Bullseye Barbecue sauce, but I thought it was too dry because they had onion rings in it. And the onion rings really dried the burger out. Basically, it was a hamburger with pickles, and then they have the cheese, and they have like the 3 or 4 onion rings on top, and they put the Bullseye Barbecue sauce on top. But the onion rings took all the moisture out of the sandwich, so I wasn't a fan of that. That was part of their 99-cent value meal. And there's commercials there that were tying into the movie Small Soldiers, a really good movie. And they said, like, you know, they doing that Few Good Men thing, and he had him in the courtroom, and they said, the guy said, "You can't handle the Rodeo Burger," or something like that. I didn't put down my playlist, but all these things are really cool. I can't find one for Wendy's Jams. I keep finding playlists for this girl named Wendy's and songs she likes. I couldn't find any for that commercial, but all these other commercials, pretty much except for the All-American Meal, are on YouTube, and it's really cool, all these retro commercials. Some of these, I don't have all these on my playlist, JCTV, but you can always punch them in the search window and stuff like that. Check them out. They're pretty neat. Now, I got one, they had one 60s Burger King commercial when Burger King was actually a little cartoon character. I have one of those on there, too. It's pretty cool, and I have a Betty Boop commercial for 409 in the 60s. Pretty neat. And that's pretty much for, like, failed food items and stuff like that. If you have any, if you remember any failed food items, you always put them in the comment section or something like that. Or I hope you watch this video and like it. And check out some of those other cool videos. A couple other things I wanted to comment on, I took notes about. Well, the 4th of July is winding up right now, and I hope you had a great 4th. I said they canceled our fireworks, but, you know, I tried making a video with a fire. It sucked. I did another 4th of July one, which I liked, just discussing the spirit of the 4th of July with the American flag. I like that one very much. And that's a better better video. Well, anyways, I want to talk about something. They had 150th anniversary of the Battle of Gettysburg, and they had like a big reenactment of it in Gettysburg, PA. And I'm from PA. they were talking about military budget cuts, which this is a shame because some bases now can't afford to have the fireworks for the 4th of July, including Fort Bragg. And I think that's a shame for the men and women who fight for the country. They can't have fireworks. You know, when I was at Fort Bragg, I don't remember there ever being fireworks there. You know, I remember they had like a thing of tribute to the troops, and they had the big thing at Fort Bragg. I never remember that big thing being there, but I left Fort Bragg in November '91, towards right around before Thanksgiving started in '91. So they might have made some changes there because I don't remember that. You know, I remember one of the biggest disappointments I had. They had the USO was doing something with Hulk Hogan coming to Fort Bragg. And I saw a sign saying USO Hulk Hogan Fort Bragg in the library, and I was so excited about it. I can't believe he's coming. And I found it was Sunday, and he was there the last 2 days. I missed it. I was so disappointed about that, and also most of the guys that I worked with hated wrestling. Most of the people hated anything cool. You know, my one friend liked wrestling, but he didn't know about the Hulk Hogan thing. And apparently on the main event, like a week or two later, they showed pictures of Hulk Hogan posing and stuff. And right across from, real close to where I live, they had this one famous thing of, I keep wanting to say it's the Iwo Jima was raising the flag. It might be that statue, but they had Hulk Hogan posing with a couple soldiers doing a pose like that. Boy, I was disappointed. I missed that. And I had those 2 days off, too. You know, I didn't know he was even there. That was a real shame. Oh, I missed the Hulk Hogan that time. What else is there? A new world record from at that Nathan's hot dog eating thing. Joey Chestnut had 69 hot dogs in 10 minutes, a total of 29,000 calories. New record. He beat his old record of 68 by 1. And female one, they had that girl, the Sonia Thomas, named the Black Widow, had 36 and 3/4 and 3/4 hot dogs. And this other girl had 36, so she beat her out just by a little bit. And she's also the Black Widow. She's at that. I remember I tried Nathan hot dogs, and also they have a Giant Eagle that has a gas station that sells Nathan hot dogs there. I tried those, and I had. I think I bought the Nathan hot dog in the pack. You didn't buy them at one, I think. I remember at Surefire, they used to have Nathan's, their onion rings in bags, and you could cook those. Those were really good. I remember at the dollar store, they had Nathan's hot dog brand. They had like little gummy hot dogs. I remember buying a pack of those once or twice from Nate, and they had a Nathan's brand on there, and they were really good. So that's pretty much it. You know, because today's winds up my paid holiday for the 4th of July. I go back to work tomorrow, and then after tomorrow, either 4 or 6 o'clock, I'm not sure whether they're going to have me work till 4 or 6. I start my vacation for a week, so I'm really happy about that. So if you have any ideas or anything like that you want to put in the comments, feel free to put anything you want in there, okay? Until next time, take care, my legion.